Maximum Apocalypse! Hey everybody, it's Doug here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our next playthrough. This one's going to be of Maximum Apocalypse, and this is a game by Rock Manor Games, designed by Mike Nad, or I think I'm spelling that right, I'm not sure. Anyway, you can see it there on the screen. It's a game for technically 1 to 6 players. It takes 45 to 90 minutes. And it's for ages 13 and older, where we are going to be playing characters in an apocalyptic event. Now, the events could change. There's different ones in the box. That's why it's called what it is, Maximum Apocalypse. And the reason I'm choosing to do this now is because the Kickstarter release of the next version of it was just horror and some other stuff. It gives you more and more stuff is coming out. And I thought I'd let you check this out because when the expansions that hit stores, you might want to pick it up. And so we're going to see if this game is something to your liking. Now, I have the game set up. Right now it's set up for 2 players. Doesn't really matter. The board is based on the scenario. We'll talk about that in just a second. And we're going to be playing 2 characters. I'm going to be playing the Hunter. You can see that this is her deck here. This is her card. That's her health, and that's her stealth, 9. It's like a sneaky value. Plus she has an ability. It says Recon 1. As an action, she can flip 2 adjacent map tiles without triggering their effects. That's good or bad because sometimes the triggered effects are good. But we'll see. And that is her hunger die. And as this goes up, she will become more hungry. If we ever get to starving, we're going to flip this over and things are going to go south for us. So yeah, there's that. But this is her personal deck. Now when we get started, we're going to draw 4 cards from her deck. But we are also playing the veteran and his dog, and you notice that there's actually 2 characters. He's got 22 health and 24, and you see their sneak values. For their sneak values, we're going to use the lowest one, unless they're separated or something. They don't get separated physically, but I mean, like if he gets knocked out or something, who knows. This is his deck. Again, we're going to play it the same way. There's going to be 4 cards at first. I've shuffled them all up. I'll probably do a big cut before we start. But anyway, his ability is keep your paws off him. Action, deal 2 damage to the vet. Dog is immune to damage until your next turn, so we can prevent the dog from being hurt. Bite him. It's a mid-range attack, and I'll explain what mid-range is shortly. Action, deal 3 damage to a target. Dog takes 1 damage. So you see there's some mitigation there that has to take place. Now, we're going to be playing the very basic scenario. It's called Zero, the tutorial. And you see there's 4 gas cans there. We have to get gas to the van. We have to collect gas on the way from the shopping mall to the van and get it. Let's read the scenario. It says, the sirens were the only warning we had before everything went to hell. We were lucky enough to be close to a shopping mall and barricade ourselves in, but now our food is gone and help isn't coming. That's a bummer. We have to figure out what happened out there. Objective, find 4 fuel cans and make your way to the van. You can see in the distance from the rooftops. They'd have to be from the rooftops because there's quite a bit of land between us and the van. When everyone has successfully made it to the van and you have enough gas, you can hightail it out of here. Set up, all players must start on the shopping mall tile. It starts flipped up and revealed. Okay, so there's no reveal ability on the shopping mall. We'll get to that in a moment. But how did I set up the map? Because that's important. This card tells us. It shows you where all the tiles are. See, there's the van. We're going to mix up the tiles. The tiles listed are right here. There's 13 of them in this particular scenario. We have a mall, we have a city street, a gas station, a river, a forest, an open field, a shelter, 2 farms, a bandit camp, a police station, and a hospital. And then these are the decks we have set up and what's in them. And you'll see how that works. Based on the location we're at, we're going to draw from blue, green, or red decks. Okay? And that's it. That's how we set up. So it's really easy to set it up. But put the setup card over by the van where it belongs so we can see what we have to do, and then we're going to take a quick look at the map again. As you saw on the little tutorial card, it shows you the exact map setup, and that's where we're at. Our 2 characters start here in the shopping mall. You can see this is blue, and when we take our first turn, it says, when revealed, we're going to scavenge. Now, I'm probably going to go with the Hunter first, so that the Hunter will get a blue deck scavenge card. Now, that deck is sitting right over there to the side, next to the monster deck. And also, I have a turn reference, which we'll go over, and the ranges, which I'll explain. Now, this is the monster deck. We have several different types of creatures we can, basically, the apocalypse has impacted or brought out. We have, we have things like zombies, robots, and in this case, mutants and aliens. And there's also a number of other characters aside from the ones I'm playing. So we have a deck here of monsters, and I think I already gave it away. We're going to be playing against the mutants. I'm going to say that a meteorite went streaking across the sky and filtered the radiation into the planet, mixing with the atmosphere and causing terrible mutations against most of the normal people. Some survived, and that's how we're going to start our game, okay? That being said, when we do start, we will also get to see a couple of mutants, because as we exited the mall and broke out to try and get away to head toward the van, we made a lot of noise, and it drew some critters to us. Now, more critters will come out on the board, more mutant monsters. We have these beautiful monster tokens that you'll see, a lot of health tokens, and I don't know if we would suffer any radiation events in this. It's probably, because there's other apocalypses too. I got tons and tons of scenarios. Just to give you an example, that's them right there. There's 12. That's pretty good, right? So we have lots of things we could do. And we also can always pick a different monster to face in the apocalypse, so you can see the variety of gameplay here, along with the tiles, and I'm sure in the expansions there will be more tiles, etc. Okay, so how do we get started? Well, let's talk about our turns real quick, and that'll give us a really good indicator. First, we're going to spawn monsters. We're going to roll these 2 dice to do that, and if the total matches one of the tiles, we're going to spawn a monster token on that tile, or if we are in the space with the monster, we'll spawn a monster card on top of ourselves, whoever the active player is. Then we're going to draw a card from our deck. Remember, we're going to start with 4 cards, but we'll always draw 1. And then we're going to take actions. You can see we can move, draw a card as an action, play a card, take a card action, and scavenge. A card action is like the recon ability on the hunter that we looked at. Now, when you do this, when you draw a card, we have a maximum, I think it's a 10 limit card hand. Yes, I think that is correct, but we'll see. We get to take 4 such actions, so, and that can be any one of these. We can take them over and over again. We can move 2 spaces, for example, yada yada. Now, when we move into a space, we reveal it, and if there's a reveal effect, then that takes place. Some are good or some are bad, so that's why it's kind of tricky using the recon ability of the hunter. We do get to reveal 2 spaces, but if it had a really cool on reveal effect, we don't get to do it. So kind of sucks, but in that regards. But anyway, free actions we can do is discard 2 cards to draw a card as a free action, not in addition. That's in addition to drawing a card. We can trade scavenge cards with another player. That's fine. We can fuel up the van or drop off cards at the objective. Those are free actions. Then on the next step, after we've done all these, we're going to increase hunger. We're going to change our die. We can reduce hunger by playing a card as an action, which is food or something like that. Then we're going to end our turn and take damage from any enemies that are in our space with us. Speaking of enemies, we're going to draw those in just a second. However, I want to talk about range. Okay, there's 3 ranges. I talked to you about mid-range. I told you the dog has a mid-range bite. So what does that mean? That means he can bite in his space and the orthogonal spaces next to him. Short range is only in your space, and as you can see, long range adds corners and some distance. So, and the problem with long range is you can't actually target the space you're in. You have a long range weapon, like let's say a big huge sniper rifle, and your enemies in your space are just too close for you to use it effectively, so you can't. That's crazy. So that's basically, guys, seriously, the rules. We got it, man. We're covered. So we're going to start playing. I think I'm going to first draw the enemies that we have, and then we're going to draw the cards for our characters and see what cards they get. And we'll see how this works out. Okay, here's our enemy deck. I am going to give it, just for the sake of filming, etc., a little quick shuffle. And then we're going to draw our first enemy card for our hunter. Let's see what the hunter gets. The hunter is going to get a Marauder. Well, that's good. Only 7 hit points. It's not too bad. It does 3 damage if it damages us. It says draw. On draw, discard a scavenge card or take 3 damage. I'm already in a quandary because I don't have any cards yet. So I'm going to place this out. I'll look that up in just a second. If I don't have any cards, do I just have to take 3 damage? I cannot discard a scavenge card. Well, I can, because when I reveal that token, we'll see. We'll see. Well, the tile, we did get a scavenge card. And the veteran and his trusty dog are going to get a mutant rat. You can see it's got poison. That's bad. We'll see what poison does. I'm sure it's no bueno. It's got 5 health, does 2 damage. I think we just need to make sure we kill it before it does anything to us. Okay, now remember the hunter does get to scavenge. This is really before the game starts, because as we reveal this tile to start, you see there's a little blue thing there, and it says reveal, free scavenge. So we're going to draw the top card off of this deck. I have shuffled it all up and everything. And it is a pair of binoculars, long range, action, reveal tiles without triggering its effects. Well, that's not really that good for the hunter because the hunter doesn't need to do that. We have that as an ability, kind of, sort of. But that does give us the ability to discard. If I want to play correctly against the scavenger and not take the damage, I probably need to discard those binoculars. We'll see. Now we're going to draw the 4 cards for our heroes. Now I did shuffle these up. Now this, again, this is not our 1 card draw. It starts our turn. Right now we did the spawn monsters for the initial phase. It's a little out of sequence, even though it is the first thing we do. But we gotta get our 4 cards. So what's the first one going to be? It is going to be resourceful. Select any gear from your discard pile and put it directly into play. That's not helpful. What else do we get? We get headshot. That's got to be good. This is an instant, like the other one. The lightning bolt means it's instant. Long range, so that's not going to help us right now. Deal 6 damage to a target if you have the bow or crossbow equipped. We don't. Next up, we have another headshot. This is not a good start, and I don't think we can mulligan. Survival instincts. Reduce all players' hunger by 1. That's pretty good. We'll definitely keep that one, but not thrilled with the rest of these at all. And let's go see what we get for the veteran. Okay, we'll do a quick shuffle of these. And I've never played either of these characters, so I don't know what we're doing. This is a super easy. The difficulty level of this is extremely easy, so we should be able to complete it and continue on. And again, I want to show you the gameplay because there's something new coming out. What do we get? We get dog tags. Okay, equip, restore 2 health to the vet and dog when we equip it, and then passive, reduce damage to the vet by 1. Okay, well, we want to wait a little bit. We don't want to do that yet. Next up, we get that varmint. I like that card. That sounds good. The dog's hunter. If the dog is alive, reduce hunger by 2 for the dog and the vet. Wow, that's pretty cool. Okay, and then we get dog whistle. That is an action. It's an item we can equip. So is the dog tags. So we got 1 instant and 2 items. Long range action. If the dog is alive, remove a monster token from a tile in range 2. Dog takes 2 damage. So we can send the dog with the dog whistle after somebody. And then we get rip them to shreds. Mid-range. And we can use it in our space. If the dog's alive, deal 3 damage to up to 3 targets in range. Well, that could be both of these bad guys. Maybe we could kill both of them before we take some serious problems here. I don't know. We'll have to see. Probably not, but we're going to take some damage, I think. We'll see. Okay, we're going to take care of this first. So, first thing we do is we're going to roll our dice. This is going to be our official first turn. This is the setup. Everything's already going. We're going to roll a dice. The number we have to get on the shopping mall is an 8. What is that doing there? Oh, I put the veterans deck up here for some reason. Don't need to put it there. Okay, anyway, it is an 8. So if we roll an 8, we're going to spawn a monster token there, in this case a monster, because both our players are on that tile. What does she roll? Let's see. Well, good thing is it's not an 8, so we didn't spawn any monster tokens. Now we're going to draw cards. We get to draw a 5th card. Hopefully it's something worthwhile. Survival instinct, that reduces our hunger by 2, so we're really not in good shape to fight anything. Yuck, right? Okay, so we got to take actions. Now, this guy first says on draw, discard or a scavenge card. So I'm going to say we had to do that. I'm going to say we had to discard this, guys. I'm going to put it in this discard pile. I'm just going to say that's true. May not be true in the first turn. Might be making it more difficult. This is a very easy scenario anyway, and it seems like that would be the correct thing to do. So we're not happy with our cards, but and we can move, but we're going to be taking homie with us if we do. And I think what we're going to do for our first action is we're going to use her special ability, and we're going to flip 2 adjacent map tiles. Now, map tiles are orthogonal, meaning adjacency means not diagonally. So let's flip the 2 tiles there and see. Hopefully it's nothing that'll give us a good benefit on reveal, but we'll see what's there. Even though we have this crazy marauder scouting us out, we are scouting out the area. So the first one has got the gas station. On reveal, free scavenge. We don't get that, but we can go there and scavenge as an action. Then we're going to go here. We're going to take a look. This is the forest. Stop if you move again this turn, draw a monster. So we know we got a forest and a gas station. We're just on the outskirts of town at the mall. We've encountered a forest and a gas station. That is action number 1. That was the action on the hunter's card. Action number 2, we can't fight this creature. We could scavenge. Let's do that, because then if I have to... Well, we need to scavenge anyway. We're going to scavenge from the blue deck while we're here. Let's see what we get. Ammunition, that's good. Fully loaded. We can fully load a weapon. We'll take it for now. And that is an instant that we have. Now remember, we do have a 10 card limit. I don't remember if that applies to stuff that we gather, but I think it does. And then I think that was our second action. Man, I don't know. I think our third action, I don't like to discard things. I don't need to use hunger. I don't need to do anything like that right now. Our third action, we're going to draw. I'm going to get to our card limit pretty quick, but I need an item. I shuffled the heck out of these, but okay, we're just not going to starve. That was 3 actions. I have 1 more to go. I need something to keep track of actions. I'm going to figure that out. I could use dice, but I'd rather use something else. Maybe I'll find some coins or something from a game. We shall see. Okay, anyway, that was our third action. Our fourth action, yuck, is what I'm going to say. I think for our fourth action, see, I could play a card, draw a card. I don't have any cards I want to play. Everything's an instant. I don't want to play them. We could select any gear from a discard pile, but we don't have any. The binoculars, I guess. And put it directly into play. Oh, okay. I'm going to play a card. I'm going to play this card because that'll lower our card count. And then the binoculars, I'm going to take the binoculars and immediately put them into play, but she did no damage to this guy. So he is unfortunately going to hit her. And the punk does 3 points of damage to our hunter. It's not good. She's got 24. We're okay so far, but I really need to get some stuff going on here. And that's it. That's all she gets. That's all she wrote. Now, what we do then is we increase her hunger by 1 because she didn't eat anything, and that's where we're at. That is the end of her turn. That was her 4 actions. So we did that in the end of turn. Actually, we did that. We should have done this first, the hunger, and then taken damage. That's the end of her turn. Let's move on to the veteran. Okay, so the first thing you know we have to do is roll to see if a monster spawns. We're looking for not getting an 8. We did not. That's good. Next thing you know we're going to do is draw a card from the veteran's deck. We get its payback time. If the dog is dead, the vet deals additional 3 damage until the start of your next turn. Well, he's not dead. That's good. And then I think to start off with, we are going to play Rip 'em to Shreds. Now, this is a mid-range card, which means that we can attack the square we're in and all adjacent squares. And it says, if the dog is alive, deal 3 damage to up to 3 targets. Kind of wasteful, but not because I need to do the damage. So we're going to discard that. That will put 3 points of damage on Senior Rat here. He only takes 5, so we need 2 more. We'll figure that out. And let me get a 1 there. So he has taken, the rat has taken 3 points of damage. And also, let me get 3 more out because the Marauder has also taken 3 points of damage. Now he takes 7 though. So right now our folks are working together to try and kill the monsters in front of him. And I guess this is how this game usually starts. You got to do that. But that was only his first action after he drew his card. So let's continue. I think for his second action he's going to scavenge. I don't think, I'm going to look up scavenge. I think we're fine scavenging even though there's a monster there. I don't think it matters. But I like to double check rules as I'm playing because again I haven't played this yet. That's the last action here. Take the action scavenge. Draw a card based on your current location if able. Yeah, so we're going to scavenge. That's going to give us a scavenge ammunition. Okay, I shuffled the heck out of all this stuff. This is crazy. Alright, well, we have ammunition. So when we do find a weapon, if we ever find a weapon, we'll be able to do something with that. I'm almost tempted to shuffle these up some more, even though I know I did. I shuffled all these decks quite extensively. Okay, I'm just shuffling them up to make them a little more shuffled as we go, but that was the second action. So for our third action, I definitely needed something to track their actions. Third action, what will we do? Let's see. Well, I have the dog tag, so I can restore health. What if I, action, deal 3 damage to a target, dog takes 1 damage. I think we might do that. I gotta look up see if I can see the effect of poison. Because it says poison on the it's actually said on draw, so I gotta look up what poison means. Hold on just a second. Okay, yeah, I need to put a poison token on the veteran. That was what happened when we drew that. So I'm going to take an extra point of damage at the end of the turn because the mutant rat has poisoned me. That is no good. So what do we want to do with that next action? I do believe we're going to do this. We're going to deal 3 damage, and the dog's going to take 1. So we're going to put 1 damage on the dog, and that we're going to use that damage to. I can do that again and kill both of them. So I think we're going to do that one first and kill this rat. That means I know it's gone. It is out of the picture. We've killed it. It's going in the discard pile. Okay, that was. Let me see. I scavenged. I played a card. That's 2 actions. I played an ability. That's 3 actions. For 4 actions, I'm going to do bite him again for mid range and do 3 points of damage. I'm going to do 1 more damage to the dog, and then I'm going to do 3 points of damage to the Marauder, but that does not kill him. So we got now 6 damage on the Marauder, and then that was all 4 of his actions. So what we're going to do there, I think, is we're going to first, of course, increase his hunger die to 2, and then we're going to take damage. He is going to take 1 point of damage because of the poison, so he is down to 21, and that's going to end his turn. That's a full turn. So we're going to go back now to our hunter, see if we can get something done. All right, I mean, this is kind of crazy that we can't get anything done here, but we're going to try. So as you know, what we do is we do this first. We got an 8, 8, and a 9, so an 8's a really bad number for us. Let's see what we get. A 7, almost drew some monsters out, but we didn't. That's good. And then we're going to get to take her turns. So we're going to draw a card first and see what we get. Cover of Night. Just draw 3 cards from any scavenge deck and discard 1 of them. Wow, that is really good. That is an instant. I think we don't have to play that now, but let's start taking her actions. Rough. We need to kill this dude. I think for our first action, she is going to move to here. For a second action, she's going to scavenge the red deck. Let's see what we get. Maybe we get some fuel. That's awesome. Okay. Starting to get some stuff up here, but we're using a lot of cards. Or getting a lot of cards, rather. So we got some fuel. I do believe she will then use... So for her third action, she's going to draw another card of her own, Cover of Night, because I cannot apparently shuffle, even though I did. I'm shuffling them again. You saw me shuffle them because I shuffled them before I started drawing. So for her fourth action, she's going to take 3 damage again, because I can't stop it. No, for her fourth action, she's going to play Survival Instincts, which says reduce all players' hunger by 1. So that will put her back to 1. And also, the veteran and his dog back to 1. It doesn't say all people within range. It says all players. So that's a pretty powerful little card there. However, we did not use the Cover of Night. That was her 4 actions. Now, she's going to, just to make sure, she moved, she scavenged. She got the fuel. She drew a card and she played it. Yeah, okay, played a card. That's all 4. All right. Now I think what we'll do is take. Well, we're going to increase our hunger back to 2 now, and then she's going to take 3 more damage. Not a good way to start, man. No weapons for her at all, and she's a hunter, so that's really kind of sucky, isn't it? Well, she's got a little like 3-pronged spear to catch fish with, but other than that, she's got nothing else. That's going to end her turn. Now we're going to move on to the veteran. Well, the veteran has no monsters, but we do have to roll. So let's see what we get. Hopefully 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh no, that is bad. That is bad. So here we go. As you can see, I'm having my typical run of luck. So if this was a blank space, we'd be putting a monster token down. But since the 9 is the gas station, we're not. We're going to draw a monster right away, and the hunter is going to have a new thing to deal with. Oh, another mutant rat. Oh my gosh. So on draw, our hunter becomes poisoned. Hopefully we find a way to get rid of that. She's now poisoned with lots of damage on her. Okay, veteran, you're going to have to help her out. That's all there is to it. Okay, let's go back to his turn. That was the monster roll, which happened. Now he's going to draw a card. Sure would be nice to get weapons. A mortar, long range. We can use this. Yeah. Long range action. Clear a tile in range of monster tokens or deal 5 damage to everything on that tile. I think that also means her. Now, this is a new card. This is not in play yet, so if we put it in play, it's 2 actions, but we get it's 2 of our inventory space. We can have 4 items in our inventory, and it gets 3 ammo. We're not going to play that yet, though. Okay, so that's our stuff right now. I do think that we're going to play the dog tags. So we're going to, as our first action, we're going to put the dog tags in play. It takes 1. That means that it says restore 2 health to the vet and the dog, so all their damage is gone. And from now on, we reduce the damage to the vet, so this poison token is not going to affect him anymore. That's the way I look at it, anyway. Okay, I think then we're going to use the dog's bite ability at mid-range as our second action. So we're going to do one, keep grabbing the wrong tokens, one on the dog, and then we'll use that 3 to kill this marauder. The dog comes running into the gas station, kills the marauder. Pretty good. Got rid of the marauder there. Okay. That was action number 2, but we still have the mutant, or the hunter still has the mutant rat to deal with. I mean, we really need a weapon for her. It's unfortunate. I do believe, though, since we're trying to get gas, well, no, let's do this. We're going to spend our third action to scavenge the shopping mall again. Third action. What do we get? More ammunition. Not helpful right now because we don't have. The only weapon he has is the mortar. I don't really want to equip it yet. And then I think he'll move. Let's. She's going to have to learn to deal with her stuff, man. I tell you, that mutant rat. I want to move with her and help her, but and then again, I don't. Because I want to get spread out and start moving and exploring. However, I do think she needs our help. So we could, instead of move, we could do 3 points of damage to the mutant rat this turn. Let's do that. We're going to use this as our fourth action. Unfortunately, that means the dog takes another damage, but the mutant rat is going to take 3 of its 5. That will help our hunter out quite a bit. Then hopefully we will be able to get a weapon for the hunter pretty darn soon, because right now we can't attack with her at all. Now we can attack with the veteran and the dog because they're cool that way. You know, I could deal 2 damage to the net, just makes the dog immune to damage. That doesn't help me at all. Okay, so all we got is the dog tags and the binoculars out right now. Not very good. Okay, that is going to be the end of his actions. So we are going to increase our hunger up to 2. If I can find the 2, there it is. And he would normally take damage from this poison, but the dog tags are going to prevent that. It says passive, reduce damage to the veteran by 1. He takes no damage. Okay, that is going to be the end of his turn. Now, we would go back to the hunter, but we're going to end this episode right here. That's right. And we're going to leave it a bit of a cliffhanger with the hunter trying to figure out how the heck she's going to stay alive when she's unarmed. It's really, really bad. She's got headshots, but she needs a bow to use them, so that's not helpful. At least we won't go hungry because she's got 3 of those survival instinct cards out still, or 2 left anyway. Plus she can do some serious scavenging if I can get her away from these monsters to get them done with her cover of night cards. And we do need to scavenge. We need quite a bit of stuff. So, guys, we're going to end it there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I hope that you enjoy Maximum Apocalypse, and we'll be playing this game through to the end, at least this scenario. Maybe do one more. We'll see how things go. And just a reminder that the Kickstarter stuff is on its way to people right now from Rock Manor Games, and that's going to be a whole bunch of other stuff for the Apocalypse. And I like this game. It's real simple, straightforward, but you still get to do a lot of cool stuff. I like playing the veteran. He's pretty neat with the 2 characters, and I read up there's special rules on how to deal with him. So we'll see how that plays out long term. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I hope you enjoy this little, probably pretty short series, and I will talk to you in the next episode. Take care.